Roberto woke up that Monday thinking it was just another bad day. He didn't know that in 72 hours, he would discover why some people never break, no matter what happens. This is the true story of a man who lost everything in 1 week, but found something that no one can take away. And in the end, you'll understand why you too are stronger than you imagine. Before I tell you what happened to Roberto, I need to ask you a question. Have you ever felt like life was attacking you from all sides at once, as if each day brought a new blow? Roberto, 45 years old, father of 3 children, thought he knew what pressure was. He was wrong. What happened that week forever changed how he viewed problems. Monday, 6 a.m. Roberto received a call that froze his blood. The company where he had worked for 15 years was closing. Everyone laid off. No prior notice. He had a mortgaged house, 3 children in private school, and now, nothing. But this was just the beginning. Tuesday. His wife discovered a lump in her breast. The doctor ordered urgent tests. Roberto tried to be strong for her, but inside, he was falling apart. How could he pay for treatment without a job? How could he explain to the children? Wednesday, the final blow. The bank called. The house they had lived in for 10 years would be repossessed. Late payments, the layoff. There was no way to hold on anymore. Roberto looked at his children playing in the living room and felt like he was failing as a father, as a husband, as a man. That night, he locked himself in the backyard and screamed to the sky, "God, I can't take it anymore. I'm getting hit from all sides. Where are you?" It was at that moment that something extraordinary happened. Roberto remembered the words his father always said before he died. "Son, life can pressure you from all sides, but it cannot break you. It can confuse you, but it cannot make you give up. It can knock you down, but it cannot destroy you, because he who is in you is greater than any problem." In that backyard, under the stars, Roberto understood something that changed everything. The problem wasn't avoiding life's blows. The problem was understanding that he could take hits, but didn't need to break. On Thursday, Roberto made the most courageous decision of his life. Instead of hiding from shame, he did exactly the opposite. He called every contact he had and told them the situation. Without pride, without masks. He posted on social media, asking for help finding work. He talked to his children and explained they were going to go through difficult days, but that together they would overcome. What happened was unbelievable. In 48 hours, a friend from church offered him a job at his company. 3 neighbors joined together to help with house payments for a few months. The children's school gave full scholarships when they learned of the situation. And his wife, the tests came back negative. It wasn't anything serious. But Roberto's greatest victory wasn't the job he got. It wasn't the house he saved. It was discovering that he was made of a material that doesn't break, that he could be pressured, confused, knocked down, but destroyed, never. 6 months later, Roberto was in a better position than before. But he always says, "What changed wasn't my luck. It was understanding that I am indestructible, not because I'm strong, but because he who lives in me is stronger than any storm." Roberto's story reminds me of something a man wrote 2,000 years ago. Paul the Apostle also knew what it was like to be hit by life from all sides. Prisons, shipwrecks, persecutions, illnesses. He seemed like destiny's punching bag. But Paul discovered a secret that changed everything. He wrote, "We are hard-pressed on every side, but not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed." 2 Corinthians 4:8-9. Paul understood that there's a huge difference between taking hits and breaking, between being knocked down and being destroyed, between going through pressure and being crushed by it. Today, as you watch this video, maybe you're going through your own impossible week. Maybe you feel like you're getting hit from all sides: work, family, health, money, all at the same time. But I want you to understand something that Roberto and Paul discovered. You can be pressured, but you won't lose heart. You can be confused, but you won't despair. You can be knocked down, but you won't be destroyed, because you are made of indestructible material. You are stronger than any storm, not because you're a superhero, but because he who lives in you is greater than any problem. So get up, not because the fight is over, but because you've discovered that you're impossible to break. And if this story touched your heart, subscribe to the channel and share it with someone who's taking hits from life right now. Sometimes a person just needs to remember that they are indestructible. Until the next video, remember, you can take hits, but you cannot break. Leave in the comments, what pressure are you facing now? Let's remind each other that we are stronger than we think.